All right, so this session we are going to cover making an in-house credit sale that to a new account. So brand new customer, going to take application, the whole thing. I apologize in advance. This will be a longer session than normal, but as you know, in this business, this is the kind of sale that will take the longest when we have to go through a whole application, send it off to get reviewed, and go through all those things. So let's get started. Like any other sale, we start on the main menu, go to the sales desktop, and go to select merchandise. To start the sale, we click on new sale, and so we are now ready to start the sale. So you can start in one of two places. You can either go ahead and enter the merchandise that the customer is ordering, or you can go click this dark blue button and go to the new account credit application. And so I'm going to go ahead and enter a SKU first. And I've got it here somewhere. 4808. All right, so this customer is going to buy a refrigerator for $749. And as we showed you in the past, this will automatically add extended warranty here and give you the grand total with everything included. And that's, of course, an estimate. Sale can change as we go forward. I do want to show you before we move on, in Infinity, we have one neat little button we can open up here to show estimated payment. This is a very helpful tool for the salesperson. It can give you an estimation as you enter merchandise what their payment's going to be for how many months, and if you want to see it over a different time period, you can go here. Let's say we want to make this 24 months. We'll go ahead and change it now. It's $69 for 24 months. And if that was too much for the customer and he wanted to leave $200, you can go ahead and play here all you want. But it's a nice way for the salesperson to interact with the customer from the very beginning of the sale to try to get them to a place where they're comfortable with. So we're going to move off of this right now and go here in Infinity. Remember, dark blue buttons are trying to guide you on your possible different next steps. So we could have gone here to delivery. If we were just gonna, this was not gonna be a credit sale, if it was gonna be a cash sale and just plow through from there. We're gonna click here on a new account application, and it's gonna take us through the application process. So the first thing that pops up is kind of a lead source for your company. We'd like to know, how the customer knows about you. So we're going to say that this customer got a circular, and that's how he knows about why he's coming to buy from us. It is now going to take you through different portions of the application. You're going to start on this page here, and you're going to let it know first what type of account. We're going to make this an individual account, and it automatically fills in that this credit is solely going to be based on my personal creditworthiness. Let it know the language the customer prefers, and then go ahead and fill in some information on the customer. We have here below the name an area for an also known as names. Sometimes people have multiple names, last names. Particularly people from Latin countries could have more than one last name. So we can enter that here, so we can refer to either name later on. Put in our date of birth. Social security number. This is not a required field. And here you enter the customer's driver's license number. If you want to enter another form of ID, you click, let me go back and show you it again, this ID button. And you can add a different ID on there, put the number of it in, click ID type, and it's going to give you a whole series of IDs here that you can, so if you just type the first in the speed search bar, it'll narrow it down, and so we're going to say that this is going to be a United States passport that we're going to use. Enter the date it was issued. Now, put that in easier. Let's say 1. Expiration date. Oops, let's see that. All right, and you want to put the name as it appears on the ID, which may be different from the name the customer gave you when you started this. All right, do the address. All right. Comment. Have you seen in the past when you put the street name in and the zip code, if you miss something, it's going to try to correct you. So you can put 750 Main Street. It knows based on this zip code that it's South Main Street, so it'll enter the S there for me. All right. If you have any comment, you can enter it there. Otherwise, click OK. Save. What did I miss? It's a customer ID. Oh, okay. Up here. If you've got a customer that's giving you something that is, that, you know, obviously you're not an expert, but that looks fishy, you can put here that it is, you know, it's valid ID. You can put an N in there for no, and it's just a signal to the credit grantor that, you know, they might want to take a little closer look at this account. Let's say OK, save. And escape. If you want to save changes, yes. Please enter, no, it wants an email address too. What is that? What did I miss that? Oh, that, we're on this page now. Okay. We went back to the main page there. Let's say the customer is unmarried, has 2 dependents, his cell phone number, put other numbers in here too. He's got a home number. Most people don't have that anymore. And you can click on which is the best number to reach that customer at. If this happened to be a joint account and there was a co-borrower, these fields down here would open up. Right now they're closed because we let it know that it's an individual account. Click OK to proceed. Still looking for. There's the email address. I couldn't see it. Okay. All right. That should do it. All right. The next thing it's going to bring up is address. Put in address information for this customer. It's when they move there. Oops. 2020. Okay. You have room for more than one address here, based on your company's policies. You know, they may want previous addresses. Usually, it's companies will want address where they've been at least a year, and if not, they'll require a second one. But you know, check your company for what their policy is. If you happen to have landlords' numbers and information, you enter it over here. Then on top here, we're going to let the system know how they're paying for this. We're going to say that they are renting and how much they pay per month. say it's at least 1 year. Okay, so let's say this company actually requires that 1 year that I was talking about. So let's say that they have been there for all right. Next, we're going to come up. It's going to come up is the information for the employer. You can say for the employer self-employed. No. Is this the current employer? Yes. Who that employer is. Let's say he works for. And phone number. We're not going to enter the address at this time. You can certainly do that. One nice thing is as time goes by, your company will build up an employer database of your customers. And when you click here, you'll be able to actually go in there and search for an employer. Let's say the customer doesn't know, what address their employer was at. You can go in here, and if he knows kind of the street and whatnot, and you have it on your database, it will fill this in for you. It should know the phone number there too. So that's a nice feature. We're going to put the employment dates in here. They've been working there since 2005 until the current. And rather than just put in a salary, we like to get a more detailed look at how the customer's paid, and more accurate too. A lot of customers don't know exactly what they make per month. So what we do is we come in here, and first of all, if they have a check, you can enter that information here, which will be helpful in verifying income. But to get the pay information, we ask you to either ask the customer, are they paid hourly or are they paid salary? And based on what the answer and you click, you can see different boxes open down here to get information. So we're going to choose the hourly this time. We're also going to come over here and we're going to let the system know how often they're paid. So we're going to say this customer is paid twice a month and how they're paid. We're going to say they get paid by check. What are they making per hour? And how many hours they work per week. Let's say they work 36 hours. As you can see, the system is always calculating what their net monthly income is. You can see it right here. We get a lot more accurate information than if we just ask the customer, how much they make per month. And we give you a place down here to add tips. Someone makes tips, and you can see it automatically updates the net monthly income. If they happen to have a check stub with them, it's a good information to get. You get the check stub date, the year-to-date gross, and the year-to-date net. Give your credit grantor some more good information to work with. I'm going to click OK Save, and that should take us over now to the reference. Did I miss something? Okay, save and occupation. I missed the occupation. Where is occupation? I am blind. I don't see where the occupation is. Oh, there it is. Okay, click the occupation, and let's say this person is a cook. Okay, now we'll click here. Now it takes us over to the references. So we're going to put the references here, let know the relationship to the customer, get a phone number at least for that reference. And then we have one nice feature too that can be very helpful to your company in the future, and that's over here. If you put a Y in there. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to have anybody that's going to match this person. But it can go out and search. Well, let me do it. It can go out and search your database for this person. If that person, to see if that person already has an account with your company. If it does, it's going to bring it up, and you would see the people with that name right here. Or I should say, or you can actually go in and look for that person, do a search by any of these fields, that person. If it finds it, what it's going to do is it's going to tie that account to this account so that it'll give your collections department some good information if they ever need to collect from this customer. All right, we're going to put a second sister. All right. Click OK, save. That now takes me to the notes screen. If I wanted to enter some notes that will be on this customer's account, I can do so here. Oh, say customer bought several, whatever you need to put in the notes. You can put it here, hit enter. And it should be saved. There we go. Click OK, save, and now it's saved into the notes. And this is where you would see all the customer's notes. We're going to say that that's it. We're going to exit from there. And now what comes up is kind of a screen that shows you a summary of all the information you've collected on this credit application. And so it's broken up kind of into 4 sections here. First section here are some of the information on the customer, including name and date of birth and you know, statistics on that customer. Underneath, you can see his addresses. The blue buttons in these 4 corners tell you what's in there. So you have the addresses that you took right here. Under this one, you have employers or employment information, and here you have references. If you made a mistake, you can click on any of those buttons, and it will take you back to that screen, and you can go ahead and correct any information that was not correct. Okay, it's corrected now here. And so if this is all correct now, you can click OK, save. And it takes you now back to the sale. Right, so now we're going to get some delivery information. Let's say that we are going to deliver this item. So you've seen this in the past. You have the delivery, take, and will call are going to be the 3 main items you use in here. So we're going to do delivery. We're going to click on the delivery date, and it's going through and looking for what delivery dates are open for this customer or for this zip code, and on the days that are not closed yet. So let's say we want to deliver it on this date. We'll click in there, click OK, save. And now, very important, we get a screen that wants us to get permission from this customer to text them about their deliveries, right? And what we do is we're going to let them know, we're going to give them a 4-hour window of when the delivery is going to be, either the day before or the morning of, depending on your company. And then we're also going to give them text alerts during the day to let them know where we're at. So we'll get something that'll say that we are 3 stops away from your delivery, 2 stops away, you know, we're on our way to your house, so the customer doesn't have to sit at home all day waiting for the delivery. So you're going to get you're going to add a phone number in. you're going to ask them who their cell carrier is. So let's say it is Verizon. The name of the person, preferred language they want to be texted in, and then you are going to enter your number showing that the customer has authorized us to send them text messages. Click OK, accept, and we are now showing the extended warranty that was added to the account. If you are going to remove it, this is the time to do it. You will put an N in here. We are going to leave it. Some companies offer more than one type of warranty, so this one only offers a 3-year warranty. Sometimes you could have a choice. They can offer a 3 and a 5 or some other combination. So that's what we're choosing. We're going to leave it on the invoice. And now we are ready to submit this to the credit department for them to analyze it. As you know, in the credit business, you can submit and it could take a little time. They have to go over everything and give you an idea of what the deal will look like. So I'm clicking submit to credit right now, and this is what the screen looks like. You can make a comment to the credit supervisor here. You can say, and your credit analyst will see this message when they get this deal. We have to let it know, the system know what kind of down payment the customer is going to make. This screen may look a little different in your company. It could just ask for a number, or this company's that we have that I'm using here, they actually have a table that the customer selects which line. So we are going to say that the customer is going to pay 15%, which is $180, and click OK Save. And we are now ready to submit this to the credit approval. So I'm going to click on here, and I'm actually going to go to a different screen which you don't see, and click on credit approval and approve this. This usually takes a few minutes, as I said, somebody has to now go in there and analyze this deal. This is a great time for you to get additional information from your customer, explain some things to them like the warranty, let them know what your delivery policies are, all those good things that you pass the time until you get to the quote back. As you can see on your screen, you have a waiting for approval, and you actually have a timer here as to how long you've been waiting, and that who is reviewing your request, and the phone number that they're at. So you can actually call them if you had something that you wanted to discuss with them that's not in the application or about the application. Getting there. All right, so I've now coded the deal, and any second you should see this screen change. There it is. This is what it will look like when your offer comes back from your credit department. If you click on that blue button, this is actually a case where it's saying that we don't have the merchandise, and so it pushed. It actually is telling you we're pushing the delivery date out because um, it's not scheduled to arrive by that time. So it's actually trying to help you here. So you can see that this was the first. Uh, this was the deal. This is where it changed the delivery date. This is we had the November 6th, but it wasn't going to be here by then. So what the credit department says is, okay, it's $180 down, $74 a month, 18 months, and there's the APR. Okay, to accept that, we click accept. And escape. Escape. Now we go to the dark blue button again, finance charge. And we're going to let the system know how the customer is going to be paying that down payment. So let's say that they say that they only have $100 today, and they want to pay $80 before CBD cash before delivery, so they'll come in at a different time to make that payment. And we can even put down here when they're going to come in. They're going to come in on the 5th to make that payment, and you can see that I put it over here. Down here, if you were to click this button here, you can actually make a longer schedule. If they wanted to make 4 or 5 payments, split it up and do that, they can do that down here. All right, so we've told it how they're going to make the down payment. We're going to click OK, save. Right, and it's now showing you that down payment of $180. Over on this side, it's showing you the details of the sale. There's nothing fancy about this since there was no balance on the account. Otherwise, you would see the unearned portion of the sale that's being refinanced or being refunded, and then new interest rate being charged. But this one is pretty straightforward. I'm going to click OK, save, and now the payment method button lit up, so I'm going to go to payment method, and there's that $100 that they're going to pay today. They said cash, and now if they want to change their mind and say, no, I'm going to pay that with a Visa today, we can go ahead and change that, and that's now recorded. So now, if the customer wants to proceed with the sale and everything's good, you would go ahead and post a sale. If the customer says, you know, I got to go home and check with my family, do whatever before, or think about this, you can click here and say save data, and it'll save everything that we've done. So when that customer comes back in, you can go back and you can get back to this point in the sale. You don't have to start over. All right, so I'm going to post the sale. And it says, do I want to create a security agreement? I say yes. And what's happening now is the e-signing session is being set up. So all of the things that the customer needs to sign, all the documents for the customer is being put together. It's going out to a different company that does this, but it's going out there doing that now, and it'll come back. It usually takes between 30 and 60 seconds for this to complete, and it will come back with an e-signing session for the customer. This time you might want to push well, you're going to see there's 2 places. There's 2 people that need to sign. One is the salesperson. They're going to be signing a couple of things. and the customer is going to be signing a few things. And there it is, it came back. And so now right up here you can see now signing as, and Infinity Support, that's me, that's who I'm signed on as. So this is for me to sign. So I am signing first that identification verification, that I have verified the customer's identification and that the person is who he is and that he's buying this amount from us. So I click here. Always look down here. If telling me there's one more signature needed, I can either scroll down to it or just click here. It'll take me directly to that. And here I'm signing just for the retailer that I'm doing this sale. So I'm going to go through. That finished my portion of it. It's going to come right back to me now. And now if I click here, now I'm going to go down and I am going to have the customer sign. So I click on the customer's name. It's going to go grab the customer's documents and show them to me right here. So the customer for this particular retailer will sign 6 different times, 6 different places. I will point out over here, you can see you can print an unsigned version of this contract. You may have some customer that's not comfortable signing electronically. And for those customers, you are going to print out a version or print out a copy of this and have them wet sign it, and then you can always scan the documents back into Infinity X, and it'll be kept on the customer's account. All right, so I am going to click here for the 6 signatures, and it's going to take me down, and that yellow show me where it needs to be signed. I should say I click it. This is where you would be handing the mouse to the customer and showing them on the screen. If they wanted to review the contract, they can. If you want to print it out for them, they can review the contract, they can. I've got a few more signatures, so I'm going to click here, and it's taking me down to the different spots that the customer signs for this. And I'll go back and show you some of the things that are included here when this is done. Click OK. And it's all done. Now, when you e-sign documents, we are always going to keep an unsigned version and a signed version. Automatically, it will be uploaded into the customer's account, so it's always there if anybody has to refer to it later. Let's go through the whole package. That was the signer identification. Here's the contract, the back of the contract. This customer prints out a contract in Spanish for the customer. And the back of the contract. The delivery instructions here, in Spanish. The extended warranty agreement for the customer. Merchandise return policy. We try to do this all in one shot. And here's a privacy policy. So your company may have different needs, different parts of their package, and they also put an addendum here for that contract. And then there's just something that allows us to go in and verify their employment. Okay, when we're all done, click OK. All signatures are complete. And it tells us that the e-signed document was successfully saved. Okay, so we may all access this from the customer's documents, like I mentioned, in their account, or you can also email or print or email this to them now. So that's kind of a nice feature too. Okay, if we want to email this to the customer, there's a lot of paper there, maybe they don't want to carry it, we can send them a copy to their email address right here. We're all done here. We're going to click close. The security agreement has been created. Click continue, and this sale is complete. You can now exit, and you just made a credit sale, an in-house credit sale to a new account. That's it for this session.